Hello and good morning, Sudoku friends, and welcome to the October 19, 2023 edition of the New York Times Hard Sudoku puzzle. It's a little later today. I don't know what held up the publishing of this puzzle. Sometimes it gets published around 4:30 or 5 in the morning here in Vietnam. Today I saw it was available around 9:15. I've been waiting for it because I intended to take my motorcycle up to the Central Highlands today for a coffee. It's an 85-kilometer drive, and the nice twist is to reach the 1,500 meters above sea level, start about 40 kilometers in, and then the fun starts. After that, I will probably go swimming. I'm so happy I brought my dry bag because it makes me swim with more confidence. If you don't know what a dry bag is, it's basically an inflatable bag that can hold your belongings, and it floats nicely and high on the water so it doesn't weigh anything. It's also called sometimes a tow float. The reason I brought it is that as much as I love Vietnam, I'm not fond of the pilfering, pickpocketing, and generally minor crimes that are going on here. So I was getting a little frustrated with often losing stuff on the beach while I went swimming. I lost shorts, shirts, sandals, and towels. So to prevent this, I now pack everything I own basically into a dry bag that will hold 9 kilos and still float nicely, and take it with me in the water, attached to me by a strap. I know that ocean swimmers who swim from point to point often use these bags so they don't have to return to their point of origin, and I just use them to keep my private stuff private. Anyway, let's get on with this puzzle here. There is a very clear one blocking across here and up here, so we know that a one must go here. We also have ones blocking across here and down here, so here's a 1. Now these two ones block these 4 squares, therefore a 1 must go here. And now we are going to have a 1 here or here, and here or here. We have a 5 blocking across here and here, so here is a 5. Now we have 5s in one of these 2 squares, and therefore in one of these 2 squares. This 5 blocks here. 2s must go either here or here. And that's all I can say about the 2s, I think. 4 blocks down and over, 4 goes here or here, and therefore here or here. In the same row, we also need to find a 1 and a 6. No luck here, because the 6 could go here or here, and the 1 could go here or here. So that'll have to wait. And the 3, 6, and a 7 for these squares. Yeah, that might be interesting a little later on. We have a 9, I believe, here. And the reason for this is that this 9 blocks up, this 9 blocks across. We have a 9 here or here blocking across. This 9 still blocks across. So here's a 9. Here now we're looking for a 3, 5, and a 6. Let's see, the 5 blocks here and this 5 blocks here. So 5 goes here. This is now a 3 and a 6 pair. Anything else? Well, we know now that 6 blocking up here gives us 6 here or here, and therefore in one of these 2 squares. So therefore, none of these squares can be 6s, and therefore this must be a 6. Now it's clear that the 1 must go here, and the 4 must go here. This 4 blocks up here, and these 2 4s block these 2 squares. So 4 goes here. 2, 3, and a 6 now for these squares. These 2's block these 2 squares, therefore 2 goes here. 6 blocks here, therefore 3 goes here, and the 6 goes here, and the 3 goes here to complete the row. We have a 3 in this position here because this 3 blocks here and this 3 blocks here. So now 9 and a 7 for these two positions. And I don't know where to put those yet. 5, 6, and 7 here. No luck yet. We know that a 4 must go here or here because of these two 4s blocking this. And this. So we're going to have a 4 in one of these 3 squares here. So 6s, so 6 blocks across here and up here. So one of these is a 6, giving me a 6 here, here, or here. So we have a 1 and a 9 here, and we have a 1 and a 9 here. We need a 1 and a 9 for these two squares. The 1, of course, forces a 9 here, and the 1 must go here. Now we have a 9 blocking across here and a 9 blocking down here. So here's another 9. 2, 5, and 8 for these squares. 5 goes here or here. 2, we don't really know. And here we need a 4, 8, and 3. So now we know that the 8 must go here or here because this 8 blocks down. And that gives us an 8 here or here. We also need a 5 or a 7 for the column. We know that this is a 5 or a 7. Oh, there's a 9 to be had, isn't there? The 9 blocks down and up, so here's an easy 9. Now we're going to have 9s either here or here. And this one we can figure out now, it's a 7. Therefore, these now have changed from being a 3, 7, and a 6 to a 3 and a 6 here. 7 goes here or here. We have an 8 because earlier I said that we need an 8 for one of these two squares, and that sort of rules out an 8 here and an 8 here, doesn't it? This 8 blocks here, so here's an 8. Now, this 8 blocking down gives us an 8 here, and therefore an 8 here. Here now, a 2 and a 6. The 2 blocks over. Here's a 6, here's a 2. Now we have a 6 here, and a 3 and a 7 here. What do we have here? Or what don't we have? We don't have a 7 and we don't have 4. So now it's clear that one of these must be a 4 because this 4 blocks here. We also need a 2 and a 7 for these 3 squares. Meanwhile, let's look at these two. They must be a 2 and a 5. Also not terribly helpful. Here we need a 3 and a 4. The 4 blocks over, 3 goes here and the 4 here. Now this must be a 3 because we have these two 3's blocking these 3 squares. And here now we must have a 2 and a 6. The 6 blocks across. Here's a 2, here's a 6. And now this can't be a 4, therefore the 4 must go here, and the 7 must go here. That gives us a 7 here, and a 3 here, which blocks up, this blocks down, this blocks across, here's a 3. 8 and 9 for these squares. The 9 blocks over, here's an 8, here is a 9. Now we have this 8 blocking up and this blocking across. Here's an 8. 5, 7, 8 here. 8 blocks across, 8 blocks up. Here is an 8. 5 and 7. 5 and 7. We also have 5 and 7 here. And here we have 5, 7, and a 6. Oh, well. Let me look elsewhere for a moment then. 7 blocks up here, so a 7 goes here. Therefore, a 7 goes here or here. and this must be a 5 and a 6. And if they are 5 and a 6, then these must be a 2 and a 9. The 9 blocks over. Here's a 2. Here is the 9. Now we have a 2 blocking over here and up here. Here's another 2. And this square therefore must be a 5. Now we have a 5 blocking over, giving us a 5 here. And as we recall, this must be a 7, giving us this 7 up here. Here now, a 5 and a 6. The 5 blocks up, 6 goes here, 5 here, and 5 here. And here is a 6. Now this 6 blocks here, so here's another 6. Here we are going to have a 4, giving us a 4 here, and a 7 here. And that's it for another quite manageable New York Times Hard Sudoku puzzle. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.